Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe to my Instagram and YouTube channel. Thank you to all the fans and athletes for helping me reach 8,000 followers on Instagram recently, and I really appreciate your support. I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing women's physique pro, Jodi Lyons, to the podcast. I've been a fan of Jodi for a long time, so it's really good to have her here. Jodi's been competing in bodybuilding since 2014, and her most recent competition was at the UK Arnold Classic in 22, where she placed in seventh place. She earned her pro card at the 2017 North Americans and has competed in several excellent shows in recent years, such as Tampa Pro and Legions Pro. She lives in the Boston area, and I hope to see her return to stage again soon. Stay tuned to find out more about this amazing athlete. Welcome, Jodi. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you, David. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So my first few questions about how you got started in bodybuilding, and I was curious if you had a athletic or a sports background before you started competing and training in bodybuilding.
Yeah, I definitely was an athlete in high school. I played softball, but I was basically a cheerleader my whole ninth through senior year. So if you want to
Okay.
call that athletic, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was, with softball, that was great. That was a great time for me in high school. But, when I got out of high school, that's when I really started focusing on my physique and whatnot. So I started working out in gyms when I was like 18 years old. So
Cool. Did you grow up in the Boston area?
I grew up like 25 minutes south of Boston, in a town called Canton. It's kind of been in the news lately, so I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Karen Reed case, but that's like the area I grew up in.
Oh, yes, I have heard about that case. Yeah, that got
Yeah,
quite a bit of publicity recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's definitely
Um,
put Canton on the map, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, a little notoriety there, huh?
Yeah, but it's a little town like south of Boston where I grew up. So yeah.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that's awesome. And I would say, yeah, cheerleading is definitely a sport, I would think. It's very athletic too. It's not an easy sport at all. Did you
Yeah, I
do
will have to say, I think my cheerleading background, like I've been a dancer my whole life. Like I've danced since I've been young, like probably four. My mom had us in dancing school and whatnot. And then, we got out of it like early teenage years. And then when I went into high school, we went into cheerleading. And I think that was when I was able to like use my background in dancing. I choreographed like all the cheer routines we had, like all our dance routines and halftime things that we had. So I think that was something that helped me with my stage presence and everything with bodybuilding right now.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And help you stand out with posing.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girls aren't so good at posing, I think, so it's helps to stand out, I think, if you can pose well.
I agree. I think that's what I tend to see. Like, and not that I'm like a amazing professional at posing. I try to pose every day. I still do it every day when I'm in my mirror. I do something because I never want to lose it. And I'm
Yeah.
all continuously trying to just work on my craft, whether I use it or not. But it's something that it can't be rushed. I think learning posing.
Yeah.
And the positive thing about it is I believe that every single show that I've done, I've just gotten better and better and better and better. So I think it's just a longevity thing, or you being in the sport, or consistently practicing, or continuously doing shows.
I agree with you on that. I think that's good. And having that dance background is really, really helpful, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, in terms of weight training and bodybuilding, how'd you get started in that, and who convinced you to do your first contest?
so I started going to the gym right after like high school. I felt like it was just a place that like I could get a lot of stuff out that I needed to, and it made me feel good at a young age, like maybe 18. I was in there 5 6 days a week, and to be honest, I wish I found that. Like I wish I had someone that would have helped me do a show back then, because like I basically learned a lot of stuff on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I did my own diet, I did my own training, and the for the most part, like I probably, if I just had someone like hold my hand into something, I probably could have done well back then. But time is time, and whenever it's supposed to happen is whenever it's supposed to happen. So I did have somebody reach out to me on Facebook years ago. A friend of mine who was already in the bodybuilding industry, and he was about to turn pro, and basically kind of said, "Hey, like I believe that genetically you look like you could do well at bodybuilding too, and if there's anything that I can help you with, like." I'll answer any questions. And sure enough, I had some questions and I got like the whole light bulb over my head. And I was like, how do we get started? What do we do? And within a week, I went up and had a meeting with him, and he gave me a diet. And to be honest, Dave, like I was lucky. Like, he had a really great coach from Boston that really knew his stuff. So I got to like kind of ride the coattails with him, with his coach. And
Nice.
yeah, I lucked out in that aspect. So I think that's what has sent me on like a quick trajectory in bodybuilding, because I feel like you have to have someone who knows this stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
in order to have someone coaching you along the way, I feel like. So I lucked out. And with that being said, that relationship turned into a relationship. And then I ended up getting on stage, and the relationship didn't work out, which is what it was supposed to do and whatnot at that time. But
Sure. Yeah.
after we parted ways, I continued my journey because I just felt like I really love this. This is something that I'm good at, and I just need to put more focus in it. And, that's exactly like where it's taken me now. So,
That's terrific. That's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I
I
just had somebody reach out and offer help, and I took the opportunity.
I think you're right about that. I think you really do need some guidance too, especially when you're first starting out, because there's just so much with diet and training and everything, and just yeah, that's good that you had that kind of help to get you started in bodybuilding like that. And
Yeah, I mean, like it was late in my life too. It was like 37 maybe. So, I mean, I've
uh-huh.
trained my whole life, and then I stopped. I moved to Las Vegas. I worked out there as a cocktail server. I worked at the Palms. I opened up the Win, and I kind of put bodybuilding, I mean, on the back burner for a few years. And then when I got home, and after the housing crash out there,
Hmm.
my brother was a CrossFit trainer. So I would go to his classes. Then I started to learn how to lift heavy. And then
Hmm.
that's when, I liked the whole CrossFit concept, but I was never one that had like the wind for it. Like I wasn't writing my stuff on. I just loved being able to like lift heavy and use good form and do it right. And it was fun working out with my brother because like I just love the kid to death. So that was great.
Great. Yeah.
So, and then when the bodybuilding opportunity came out, I started to think to myself, you can lift heavy and you have a posing routine. So it's like
Yeah.
the best of both worlds. So
The
that's where that springboarded.
It feels like CrossFit's like a little more prone to injury, and some of the stuff they do is a little bit crazy, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think CrossFit has its, like anything, positive and negatives. It it teaches you, like, the one thing is I think it rushes the training, like, and not that they're rushing you. I think that you're just around so many people that are at different levels that
Yeah.
you tend to rush to try to catch up to everybody else. So if you're competitive,
Yeah.
you want to beat everybody else,
Yeah. That's true.
right? So that's how you get injured. That's how it happened to me one day, and I learned my lesson. And I'm all about humility. I did a hang clean, and stupidly I put, their weights are a little different, but I put on, I think, 20 pounds instead of thinking that I was putting on 10 pounds. And I went to do a hang clean, and it took me right to my knees and like killed my lower back. So right after
Oh
that,
no.
yeah, right after that, I was like, all right, I need a break. But
Yeah.
I
I
feel
understand.
like the bodybuilding aspect and training in the gym is so much better for my lifestyle, because I like to, like,
Yeah.
you pick and choose and you sculpt yourself. You know what I mean? It's almost like
Yeah.
you build, like it's a challenge in that way.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good analogy. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with some of those CrossFit ladies. They got some serious
Oh,
muscle though. It's like, wow.
yeah. Like, I mean, so am I. Like, the CrossFit games, I love watching those. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
insane. Like to have that gas and to like that no quit like that, like
Yeah,
I'm inspired by it, to be honest. Yeah.
it is. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I was curious if do you have a fitness role model or anyone that you look up to in bodybuilding?
Well, I mean, at my time when I came into the sport, it was 2014, so we were all about Daniel and Bailey, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um, I was actually really lucky because the gym that I was training in, north of Boston, Jose Raymond. I don't know if you're obviously familiar with Jose
Yeah.
Raymond.
Hmm.
He works out of that gym. A lot of pros works out of that gym. So he actually was really good friends with her, and he had her. I guess it was a nutrition company that we have up here, Lean Max or whatnot. They had her coming in, so she trained at Boston at Greater Boston Fitness when we were there, and we I got to watch her, and I was just in awe the whole time because she's known for her delts and like I
Yeah.
just was fixated on her back and on her delts. And I was just like, oh my God, how do I get there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's just such an inspiring fitness enthusiast that I don't know how she trains like so hard too, you know?
Yeah.
And it looks like she never sweats. Like, you know what I mean? Like she makes it look so easy. So
Yeah.
that was my inspiration going into my first show. And then after that, of course, Juliana took over and
Yeah.
took that title. And I would go up to New York and go to that gym, and Juliana was out of that gym, and I got to train with Juliana once at the beginning of my career before I turned pro. And so those
Nice.
two gals have, been my inspiration coming into this. And then of course, like you learn all the legends as you go on, like Linda Murray, and
Mhm.
Corey Everson. And then you got who I'm like following right now, which is like a cool is Ice from American
Oh
Gladiators,
yeah,
Laurie.
Lori Fetrick. Yeah, she's
So
amazing.
she's
Yeah.
doing a show.
I know, that's true. Yeah, I heard about that, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's really
So back in the
cool.
day, like Ice, like I was inspired by her. Like so, and it's
Yeah.
so cool to see her now at her age still defying odds against herself. She's limitless, doing her first like show. It's pretty cool.
Lori's amazing. Yeah, she's so beautiful too. She really
Oh, I
gorgeous
know.
woman. Yeah, she still looks great. Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, I mean, I think that's what helps is health and wellness and fitness along the way. It keeps you young.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I agree with you on that. Yeah. I joke in terms of Ponce de Leon coming to Florida, he was looking for a gym because that's the fountain of youth. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
just looking for a good gym.
that's it. It's the fountain of youth. I mean, I totally agree with that. It's something that everyone I feel should be in the gym, and you just constantly should keep moving. Like I think I was watching a podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan, and he said something like, "Hey, listen, like we should always be training. Like we should always be trying to keep our muscle capacity up, and there's always going to be two things as an old person that you're going to have to do, and it's open a pickle jar, and if you live in the Northeast, open a frozen car door."
Oh yeah, that's true. That's not
Yeah,
something I'm used to.
yeah. So when that totally hit me in the gut, where he's like, "This dude is so right." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and when you get when you get older, and now, I mean, I'm aging myself. I'm almost a half century old, and when you
yeah,
start to get older, you're like, you got to keep moving. Some people just tend to like give up, or with the ailments, and people have no idea by just being in the gym and moving and working out, like how long you can live if you just do it right.
yeah. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I think that's really good. That's a good message, I think, too. And yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's funny about frozen car door, though.
Oh
Like I
my God.
said,
Whenever he said that, I died laughing. I'm like, oh my God, guy's so true. It's so
I've
right.
only lived in Florida, so I don't know what that's like. So.
Yeah. Well, lucky you.
I was curious when you first did your first show, was it tough to get up on stage in a bikini? Was it kind of nerve-wracking for you, or not bad because you had a dancing background, or
No, because when I was young, I used to do bikini contests.
oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I was definitely one of those wild childs. You know what I mean? Like I said, I started training like pretty young, like late teens or whatnot, 18, 19. And, we'd be around here at local events, and I actually worked for Hooters when they first opened in Boston. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
how far back my hospitality goes.
Wow,
So
nice.
we would go up to like Laconia, up to New Hampshire, and there'd be bikini contests. And then when I moved to Vegas, same thing. So
That's
no,
cool.
the stage has never been a scary place for me. If anything, it's where I feel like closest to God, to be honest. Like it's such an experience. I love the stage.
That's terrific. That's really cool that you feel comfortable up there too.
Oh, I
So
love
yeah.
it. I love
Yeah.
it. I feel like I do all this work outside so I can just be up there for that 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I got you. I understand. No, definitely. Um, Now I know like we talked about your most recent competition was Arnold Classic UK in 2022. And what was your experience like at that show? Did you enjoy the show? And
Yeah, it was wild. I have some positives and some negatives from the show. I was, I actually, how do I say it? Going over there was amazing. I really was having a hard diet, but they announced that there was going to be an Arnold UK because sorry, you're going to probably see I have a hairless cat.
I see,
I,
that's a
I,
cute kitty. Yeah.
I have two. This is Simon.
That's
I
a
knew
cute
he was
kitty.
going to wake up. They'll probably be bopping around, so hopefully it won't show you his nuts and berries.
Okay. He's cute. Yeah.
It's not for everybody. So, but they got rid of women's physique. So when I turned pro, it was 2017. I did my first show, 2018, the Tampa Pro. I just wanted to get out there. I wanted to pick one of the biggest shows of the year. I just wanted to see where I stacked up, if I needed to turn pro, do one and done, or blah, blah, blah. And then I
Mhm.
ended up placing fifth at that show. Okay. I ended up placing fifth at that show, which back then qualified you for the Arnold.
Okay. Oh
So
wow.
my
Okay, cool.
second show ever was the Arnold 2019 in
Oh,
Ohio.
really? Wow.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I had such an amazing experience there, that when the announcement came out, after, like, they took women's physique out of the one in America, one in the United States. Um,
Yeah.
they made an announcement that they were going to do one in the UK, and you just had to, same thing, send your requirements in, or send a letter, see if you can get invited. And I sent it in thinking to myself, they'll never pick me. Right. Let it, like, once I hit send, I was like, they won't pick me. And I
Uh-huh.
couldn't believe it. Like, maybe it was 5 weeks or so after, I was the only American female
Oh
from
yeah.
the physique division that was
Okay.
picked to go over.
Wow. Wow, that's
Now
great.
I'm
That's
like,
pretty
okay,
awesome.
so now I have to go.
Get that
And
passport.
it's
Yeah.
and I think like there was a lot of pressure for me because the first Arnold that I did, I think I placed like 16th. I was still tiny, I was still small.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
I put a lot of pressure on myself, because like I was like, you have got to diet so hard because there's no way you can be out of shape in front of Arnold. There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
that was my thing. And I think I told you previously, I'm in the hospitality business, so I just wasn't I was having such a fight with dieting at that point. But we had an amazing experience. We went over there. It was unfortunate because Arnold made the announcement like the night before that he wasn't showing up. um
Oh yeah. Oh no, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was a little disappointing. That to be there
Yeah.
the night before the show and hear that he's not even going to be there for
Mm,
appearance reasons, and it kind of just like, I don't know. It's
yeah.
just a little disappointing, when,
I know.
especially when someone has worked their butt off for 16 weeks or 22 weeks, and they, say they win that show, and then they get chipped by not being able to get a trophy from Arnold. Just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that was just something that was like a negative vibe. But we went into it the next day, and we would, there's a gal around here, her name's Sherry, she's a really good friend of mine. We have a video producer that does documentaries around here, and we've been trying to put together a documentary for women in bodybuilding. We've been like shooting it for like 3 years. We get a lot of content. So
Really?
we went over
Wow.
there and we shot a lot of stuff. um and I ended up doing all right over there. But I mean, I I feel like every time I get out on stage, I'm a little fish in a big pond, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like
understand.
the girls, like the top five unbelievable women, look amazing. You know, it was Ann Hone and Barbara, you know, and
Yeah.
they're just, you know, their muscle maturity is insane, and they've been doing this years. And long story short, it's just, I think I stacked up good against them, but it was time to take a break at that point, you know. Placing
Yeah.
seventh, I'm very proud of it. Um,
Yeah.
you know, it was a huge stage. I had one of the best posing routines I've ever done, you know, so that was fun.
Nice. Yeah, I was a little disappointed with Arnold for the Arnold America, dropping women's physique and even
I
figure. I
don't,
thought, like, why would they drop figure? It's so weird. Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things that not many people I think talk about either, Dave, because you know, you don't want to bring any negative light to anything usually, but you know, when people are, I mean, he knows where he came from. You know what I mean? I mean,
Hmm.
I just don't understand why. I mean, it's a business. I think that's what it comes down to. And if they're not making the money off of it, I get it, you know,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I just wish someone would just come out and just say it, just be honest,
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to take it for what it is, and it is what
Mm.
it is.
Yeah. Well, it is disappointing from
It
a
is.
fan
It
perspective.
is. You know,
Yeah.
that's a big stage. That's an amazing weekend that some
Hmm.
women miss out on. An
Yeah.
opportunity to miss out on. You know, I mean, I'm just so glad that I got to do it once, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm
I
glad
got
that
to do it
you
twice,
won.
but once in the USA.
Yeah. No, and that is good opportunity too. And yeah, it's definitely one of the best shows for sure. Yeah, it's weird to even they call it kind of a premiere show, but it's hard to be a premiere show when half the divisions are excluded, just like so.
Yeah. I think I was just getting to you know, the point in my career, I think, where I was starting to question a lot of stuff, you know, so you just kind of have to like step away from it for a little bit and just go, all right, reset your brain, or if you're going to come back, you're going to come back, and if you don't, you really freaking end it on a great note. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good way of putting it, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just always trying to think positive about things, you know.
Oh, I think that's really no, I think that's important too. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've been competing as a pro since 2018 and you earned your pro card in 2017 at the North Americans. And I bet that was a thrill to earn your pro card. What did that feel like?
Like nothing I've ever felt before. That was an amazing surge feeling. But you know, I did two national shows before the North Americans 2017. I did the nationals, which they held in Miami in 2014.
Hmm.
And I did, I placed fifth there. So that was my first national show. So I was like, okay, fifth is good. So let's keep going. And the
Yeah.
following year, I did it again, and I didn't do well. I got pushed back to like six because I just had too many chefs in the kitchen, too many people
Hmm.
telling me what to do. And, you
Okay.
know,
Okay.
I was having one of those stumps too, where it was like, okay, I need to stop and then reevaluate, reassess. And what I did in 2016, sorry, that was 2015. And then what I did in 2016 was I started my own posing routine business.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, because
cool.
like I love doing it. And like some people, like girls would like reach out to me and be like, "Oh my God, can you help me with my routine?" And
Yeah.
I loved being able to help somebody get stage presence. I love being able to help girls be confident on stage and let it know it's not a scary place. Like this is where you're supposed to show everything off and have that moment and be in that moment. And I
Yeah.
loved being able to work with some women, like to get them out of that, you know, kind of scary, like, you know, gray area that they would always have. And I
Uh-huh.
always made my practice with them like so fun. Like we would always goof around because I was like, it's not this serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is, you're out here in a bikini, but like, look at all this hard work that you've done. Let's learn how to display this in like the most presentable, feminine, best way possible, you know? So
Yeah, I
I
gotcha.
love that side of it. So I ended up having like 3 girls in the Olympia 2016 with my posing routines.
Really? Wow, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I had some good girls. I had a girl, Susan Smith, too. Do you remember her?
I do.
She
Yeah.
was awesome. She was
Beautiful. Yeah.
awesome. I had her. So I was like, well, maybe I'm just a coach, and maybe I'm just not gonna do that again. But the following year, I have a sister, I have an Irish twin, and she got the itch to do a show.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so we hired a local guy. I didn't stay with the coach that I was when I first did my regional shows, but we hired a local guy around here, and he took us both on, and it was awesome. I was training with my sister, and it was great. And like, listen, my sister's very competitive. I wish I had like an ounce of her competitiveness, because she's no joke when it comes to like any kind of comp she gets into. She was a runner, but like to have her
Wow.
segue over to this was like, it was fun. So she did her first local show and she won it.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't even win my first local show.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But that year, it just was such a fun, um like fun prep, I should say, that like I kept such positivity. And it's just like when your time is your time, it just all the doors open up,
Yeah.
so I ended up doing the North Americans 2017 and went into that show. I posed myself. I've had a posing coach before, and may they remain anonymous, because they're all over. But I've worked with some, and if anything, I feel like I've always done better when I rely on myself, not for my
Okay.
diet or training, but when it comes to posing and stuff. I would have a certain way that I liked, and then it would get changed, and then it just didn't feel right for me. So
Okay.
I've worked on posing myself quite a lot, and I went into this show and posed myself, and I ended up getting the overall in the 35 and over, and getting the overall in the 40 and over. So I had an
Nice.
amazing showing. I came home with a lot of hardware that day, and I had
Nice.
2 pro cards. So it was exhilarating. I was like, okay, I belong here.
I'm not sure why, but your video is frozen, but I can hear you okay.
Oh,
Let me just try pausing the recording real quick. That's really cool about now you said your sister's an Irish twin. What
yeah,
is that?
we're 11 months apart.
Oh, oh, I see what you mean. So you're really close
We're
together then.
not even a year apart. Yeah, so
Do
yeah.
y'all look a lot alike?
Yeah, it's funny. She's actually a blonde though. I'm the brunette, she's blonde. She's
Really?
taller than me. I'm the oldest too. It's so funny.
Oh,
She's
wow.
bigger biceps than me. She's bigger calves than me.
Wow, did she ever compete again or
Never competed again.
really? Oh,
Nope.
wow. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. There was plenty of times where I have been in her ear to be like, there's not two sisters in the IFBB Pro League, Jen.
Yeah.
There's a brother and sister, and there's brothers, but there's not two sisters. But I never could get her to do another one. The diet's so tough, and she has kids. It's a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, I understand. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool though.
I
That's
did. I didn't have lack of trying.
oh, I think that's awesome though.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Well, thank you for the background
Yeah.
and cool about your coaching business too. Is that something you would start again, do you think?
Yeah, I do it still a little bit here and there. I've coached a couple of gals. There's a girl who just turned pro. I last year. Her name's Nancy, up here in the Northeast, and I work with Heidi Orlando. I've done her posing routine. She turned pro. I believe it was 2021, or it was, yeah, the year after COVID, maybe 2021 she turned pro. So yeah, I
Oh,
still I still work with girls. It's just it doesn't have a lot of pull right now. It doesn't have a lot like where I am and stuff. Like it's I don't think a lot of women's physique girls are coming out of the woodworks right now.
yeah, yeah, I gotcha. I
You know?
understand. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm always open to help anybody. So
That's cool though. That's great. So
yeah.
yeah, that's cool that you're doing that. Um, I was curious at the shows that you've done. have you experienced kind of a good Iron Sisterhood backstage? And
Oh, always,
yeah.
always, always. That's the one thing I always take home. That you meet some cool people. There's some gals along the way that I've definitely stayed in touch with, and
Hmm.
it's almost like you become a sisterhood, you know. Because I mean, you've all gone through everything, the same thing together, But it's just that day, someone may have had a better mindset than you. Someone may have had a better physique than you, or it is what it is. It's like
Hmm.
the relationships along the way is what's been really cool. Like I still can talk to 5 to 6 people that I've met along my journey.
That's
So,
great.
and it's always fun. There's a lot of downtime, so you just find your tribe.
Yeah, yeah. There's not many people can do what you do too. So I
Yeah.
think it's kind of a, yeah, small, tight-knit group from what I've seen, especially the pro women,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, Now I was curious, will we see you grace the stage again soon? Because I think the Jodi fans would love to see you return, and you're so beautiful too. So
I appreciate that. I will never say never. That's the
okay.
one thing that I have. There's something pulling me, believe me. Right now, I just have a lot of focus the past 2 years. I mean, it's been 3 years now. It's almost no 2 years. Um, with like my job, and I'm actually studying to get certified to train, so I got like a couple chapters left on that. Like I work at a really cool gym, work out at a really cool gym here in Peabody, so I eventually hope to be working there. I just feel like I need to help more people. And bodybuilding, to me, it's a selfish sport. It's about yourself, but you can't put yourself on the back burner too long, I feel
Yeah.
like. And being an athlete, there's always something that's pulling me, or always telling me I can win, whether it happens or not. Like, there's always something saying, all right, well, I still could hang, or I can still do that, but I'll never say never.
That'd be great to have you come back if you can. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have some things I'm sorting out in my head. There's a lot of things that I need to like contemplate and whatnot before I turn into action, because you know, I'm at a really healthy standpoint in my life right now. Where, the supplements, they can, when you come back from shows, you got to get your labs done. And, you kind of think to yourself, like, how many labs am I going to get that are going to be okay and great? Like, so
Hmm.
you almost like want to quit while you're ahead, like,
Hmm.
and then right now the IFBB has come out with like a bunch of natural pro shows, which I've
Yeah.
never gone that journey either. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like that's something that I toy around with too, is the fact
Okay.
that, hey, maybe the natty route, or maybe the natural route, like, and we'll see. Like, I've never done that, so maybe that would be the challenge. Or, you know, coming back and just doing a master's. Or, I still love the open though, don't get me wrong. Like, I always love to hang with all the new young fresh talent.
Oh yeah. The Masters ladies have been killing it lately, though. They've been doing really good,
Yeah,
so
listen, you can't screw with the master.
oh yeah. No,
You
those
can't.
ladies this year.
These ladies have been, what's the word, mastering their craft year
Yeah.
after year after year after year after year. So,
Yeah.
if it's in their blood, and you keep your skin healthy and whatnot, and you keep that femininity about yourself. Because I mean, I feel like that's what women's physique's about. It's a feminine way of showing muscle and feeling very like feminine, and
Yeah.
um in a world where like some guys or men or can look at it as intimidating, or not their look, or it's too alpha. But that's why the women's physique division's always pulled me in, because it's just such a class about it.
Yeah, I agree. I was really impressed with Masters Olympia this year. I thought those ladies
Hmm.
looked probably, I mean, better than the Olympia girls, I think. I just was so impressed with those ladies. They were
I know,
so
they
impressive.
looked unbelievable. And I mean,
Yeah.
I've known Robin Mays here for a long time.
Oh,
she's
yeah. Yeah.
She's been, in the area like since I've started. I've like watched her journey. She's so inspiring. She's like, I mean, at her age, like the reason why she started, like that girl has no quit. And
Yeah.
to make history like that, to win a first pro show at her age, like that's what's inspiring, you know?
Yeah. She's awesome.
She's
And
awesome. I mean, her skin looks amazing. Her
yeah,
physique, her symmetry. She's no joke.
you guys both have the New England accent going on too. I like it. Uh-huh. I like it though. It's cool.
I know mine's tough.
You remind me, my ex-wife is from Boston, and when
Oh,
we
get out.
go visit her in Boston and hanging with her family, it's kind of you remind me of her family. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I
Yeah.
like that.
It's definitely different.
Yeah. No, it's cool. And yeah, I definitely could hear it in Robin too. And I like that
Yeah.
accent though.
Yeah.
Um,
It's crazy when you can't help it.
oh no, yeah. Well, if you're raised in New England, I mean, it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, it's so funny too, like where I was raised, I'm in between Boston halfway and halfway to Providence, Rhode Island. So
Oh
my
yeah.
accent's wacky.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I dated a Providence woman once, and
Oh,
yeah, she definitely dropped her R's, and yeah,
yep.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yep.
what you mean. Um, the now I was curious, if do you prefer masters or open category? And
I
do you?
love them both. I love them both. But I think, and it's not to put like a restriction on myself, but I think if I ever came back, like the girls are huge right now. Like they're
Yeah.
really big. And I think I've always come up against that. Like I feel like I've just haven't been big enough, but like my journey has just been always self-growth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think if I was to come back, it would be a full master. If it had a master open in it, most likely I would do both, you know,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I don't know if the focus is just going to be on a master, but I mean, I'm a master. I turned pro at 40.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's not like I turned pro at 30 something, 30 before 35 or you know what I mean? So I'm a master. That's where I belong.
Yeah. No, I think that makes sense. And especially if you could do both, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the bonus would be to do the open because it's always nice to go and compete against, the best of the best and the young of the young.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, definitely. I was curious, what do you think is your best muscle group, and what do you think needs the most improvement?
Hmm. So it has always been my back that has been, I believe, my best muscle group. And I've actually brought my glutes up a lot too, which is I'm so thankful for the coaches that I've had along the way especially the one that turned me pro. He did a lot of glute focal stuff. And I feel like a lot of girls that I see when they get up there, they have no glutes, or their
Yeah.
glutes just they're too small or they're not big enough and believe me, genetics plays a factor. I feel like when it comes to like a certain muscle group or body part, you genetically have to have it or you really got to do a real hard job building it up.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
But I think it's always been my biceps that have been the focal that need to come up the most. I
Okay.
have a little bit of nerve damage down the left side of my body, so some of my muscles on this side on that side atrophy, so I have to figure out a way to get it around it to get it to its full potential. But it's been
Hmm.
my biceps and of course my calves. Like I need to bring up a little bit. But I always had feedback from the judges like you need to work on your quads. We need legs. We need legs. And I feel like at the Arnold UK, like it's my legs have never looked better. But always there's always room for improvement. So I would, if I could just do legs 3 days a week, I would do that because I
Okay.
love leg day. I love
Okay.
I hammer my legs. Like I love walking lunges. I've learned to love them, and I
Yeah.
do I do like a few sets that are a little they're like big sets where I'll do like a leg press like a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 rep where I'll
Okay.
just bang out 50 reps and then 40 reps, 30 reps. I love those big sets because
Wow.
I just feel like the more you activate your muscle tissue, and then you just feed it after, you know? So I've learned that game.
That's awesome. Oh, that's some big sets. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I love it. I love it.
That's impressive. Wow.
Yeah. I used to hate legs. I used to actually be with somebody that like would always say like, you know, you're walking out on leg day, you're hurting yourself, you know, like chimes in my ear. And now I just love leg day.
That's awesome. That's really
Yeah.
cool. I've
Yeah.
heard that from other ladies too. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Um, um, and I don't know, there's something about having a woman with good legs like that. That's pretty, pretty hot stuff, you know what I
I
mean?
think it's amazing. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. Any girl that I see with like big quads or like hammies, like more power to you, girl. You know,
Yeah. That's
I
impressive.
love it. I'll tell people around here all the time or something like, I just want big legs and big glutes, you know, and they're like, why? And then you have girls that are like, I want to be skinny and small. I'm like, nah,
Okay. I understand. Yeah.
you know, but like, it's just like, they think like, I want small legs. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want monster legs.
Uh, I like
You know,
small things.
it's tough when you're hanging around with girls like, you know, Jill Diorio that had like the best quads
Oh,
ever, you know?
oh my God, that woman's
Yeah.
crazy with the legs. Yeah. And the
Yeah.
calves too.
She was super inspiring. Yeah, her calves are gnarly.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. Is she going to compete again, do you think? I wonder. I haven't heard anything about
I
her in a
don't
while.
know. She just got married, so
Huh.
she just got two new puppies. She's living her best life right now. She
Yeah, I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always liked her look too. She's beautiful
Oh
too.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
so symmetrical.
Yeah.
She was a fourth.
Yeah. I remember she was doing really well there
She
for a
got
while.
so ripped, like so lean,
I know. Yeah. It was
shredded,
impressive. Yeah.
shredded. I helped her with her posing routines. And I just remember like working with her, like she'd like turn around and like, dude, your glutes, like I can't even, you look ridiculous. Like I can't, you know, when
Yeah.
you're like watching like someone in their form doing stuff and you're just like, dude, you look mesmerizing, you know?
Yeah. She's amazing. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. Now, my next couple of questions are assuming that you're preparing for a show. So I don't know if these even apply to you, but I was curious if you have a prep coach and opposing coach now, or are you working with anybody or?
So I'm working with so April Casamano, a really good friend of mine, like you know her very
Yeah.
well. She just did her first show after turning pro in 2014 and is inspired. I've been waiting for the day. Like I said, whenever she called me and told me weeks before her show, she actually wanted me to go down with her, and unfortunately I couldn't. I had a prior engagement I couldn't get like I had to go to. But I would have loved to have been there and like celebrated her because
Yeah.
I just think that that girl is such an amazing spirit, and to see her do so, I knew she was going to win. I knew it. Like
Yeah.
I just knew it. And like when I called her that night, I didn't see anything on Instagram. I called her and she finally answered. I was like, I go, what's going on? Like, what happened? She goes, I won. I go, I effing knew it. I knew you would.
Yeah. She's
So
amazing.
after that, you know, it was funny too because she was like, you know, I people down there, I mentioned your name or something. They were like, well, where did she go? um, but it did. It kind of like sparked me to be like, all right, girl, you know, like maybe I just need to like get into that routine. Like I've been doing some stuff. Daniel and Bailey has an app, so I've been following a lot of her stuff. She's got like a summer shred that I did.
Okay.
Um, I'm good with like my own diet when it comes to keeping things in check, but not really. So like she offered to help me with like a little diet plan, so I kind of check in with her like weekly
Okay.
right now until I put on some muscle, figure out like if I want to go the, you know, the this way or the natty way. I still haven't like figured it out yet, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I had worked with Shelby Starnes 2021 and sorry, yeah, 2021 and I worked with him for the UK, and to be honest, I had such a great like rapport with him.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
he
Yeah.
like he brought me to my best physique I've ever had. I know the girl that you just interviewed the other day. She was actually at my show in 2021 at the Rising Phoenix.
Oh, was that Tiffany?
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany
Yep.
Walker. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So when she
Uh-huh.
mentioned that, I was like, wow, I was like, that's the show that I did.
Yeah.
And that was my first show with Shelby. And it was unbelievable. He got me a third place. I got third at that show.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
the
Very good.
closest I've ever gotten. I've gotten a four, I've gotten a fifth, I've gotten a sixth. And I just remember I brought my friend Heidi with me to Arizona, and we were doing all the protocol the night before, drying out and doing all that stuff. And then you wake up the next day and you just like look in the mirror and you go, who's that? Who is this? Right? Because you've never seen this
Yeah.
before, you
Yeah.
know?
I know. It's
And
amazing, huh?
I'd give him a call and be like, hey, like, so this is what's going on. He's like, do me a favor, have Heidi take a picture of you and send it to me right now. It's like right before I went on stage, because I had like nerves too, because I was like, I don't know how to like present
Mm.
this because I've never seen this person before. You know what I mean? Like it's almost
Yeah.
like I've never seen her before.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get me right. And she took a couple of photos of me and I couldn't believe it. When I saw my back shot, I was just in awe of where he brought me. And he was just like, Jodi, he's like, I sent
Nice.
him the photo and he goes, go out there and do some damage. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm
Yeah.
out. And he ended
That's
up getting
awesome.
me a third place. And then
Yeah.
I think it was
Very nice.
5.5 weeks later, I went into the Legion, Legion Sports Fest in Reno, five and a
Yeah.
half weeks later. And
Uh-huh.
I was really proud of myself then, but it was tough holding that physique for 5 weeks, because he lets you get off the diet for the weekend, and then he drills
Yeah.
you back in. And once you start tasting food, normal food, it's like, oh no, I
Yeah.
miss this, So
Uh,
it's kind of a mind screw a little bit, where you have to like slap yourself in the face and go, all right, get back to it. But I
yeah.
mean, I always had to do a lot of cardio. Um, but I went into that show and I feel like it was my most streamlined look I've ever had. I could have been a little bit leaner. I think I still hold, I could have been a little bit leaner, but I ended up placing fourth there, and now Natalia Coelho won that show. So I placed fourth to the number one girl in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
for me to have that experience, I was just like, all right, I didn't win today, which you always want to, but when
Yeah.
you're placing fourth to someone with that amazing of a physique and has done so well for herself, like it really kind of sets the tone for yourself, where you just got to be proud of what you've accomplished.
Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, that's and having those high placings is really something to be proud of, I think.
Yeah, I loved working with him. I worked with him the following year at the Arnold UK, and I mean, I feel like I looked great then too.
Yeah.
I've just always had like a little issue. I could have been leaner. I could be better at being stricter with myself, and I think that's my double-edged sword, where I need to stay strict with my diet and stay on point and keep that eye on the prize. But if I was to ever go back, I don't know. I've always had such a good experience with him. I think I would
Yeah.
definitely work with him again.
I understand. Yeah. He's a good coach too, I
He's
know.
great. He's great.
Yeah.
And you know what I loved about him is like he's just all business. So everything's over email. Unless it
Mhm.
gets to the point where he wants to talk to you, he'll let you know. And I like that, because I'm not one that needs like that constant affirmations from
Yeah.
someone,
Hmm.
to be like, do I look good? It's like, if you look good, he's gonna call you and tell you look good. So just keep doing
Yeah.
what you're doing.
I gotcha. Yeah, I understand. Um, Let me see. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the info though.
Mm,
And yeah, I agree with Shelby though. Um, Now I was curious, do you have a husband or a boyfriend?
I do.
And
I
is he a
do.
bodybuilder too?
He's not. He is an athletic man. He's a football guy. Yeah. So when it's kind of the reason why I haven't been back, to be honest.
Yeah.
I took a year off in 2023, and I met him 4 months into my off season, and we hit it off. Like I didn't date for 6.5 years before I met Jason, and
Oh.
it's been amazing. I finally let somebody have my heart, and he's the best thing to ever happen to me. He's my best
Great.
friend, and we've been just enjoying each other's company and, eating well. He works in the hospitality business too. He's a sommelier, so he's a wine expert,
Oh, yeah?
um,
Nice,
and
yeah.
a waiter too. And he works at our sister restaurant. And we've just had a whirlwind of a romance. And then a year later, he proposed, and we went down to Grenada and we had a private ceremony. Like, didn't post anything about it, and
Wow.
came back and merged our households. And he's been training with me too. He's strong as an ox. This kid,
Wow, nice.
he's like 6'4", weighs about 300. He's a big
Wow,
man.
that's big,
Has
wow.
been playing football his whole life, so he's very athletic and he's very competitive. So,
Okay, nice.
um, but he actually asked me once when we were first dating, like, should I, you think I'd be all right on stage? I was like, listen, like where it is now, I go, you're just a majestic beast to be able to walk around looking like that. We don't need to like bring you down to 180 pounds or 240 pounds, whatever.
Yeah,
At that point, you're like, you're just should be walking around the way that you look.
that's cool,
But
yeah.
he's a big football guy. His uncles have been in the football, and he went to a really good D1 football school. So his son played in the NFL, and it's so cool because like he gets me to like tap into you know that
Yeah,
industry. So I'm watching a lot of football now, and
that's awesome.
yeah,
Congratulations, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. He's great. He's a great guy.
Do you think if he went back into bodybuilding, would he, that sounds like he'd be really supportive of you.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's when he met me, I think he's a money guy. He's really good at like finances. And of course he would support me no matter what I did, because I always say to him, like, never say never. I will never not. But I think he has a different view on bodybuilding and how it takes a little bit more of your soul. Like, it
Yeah.
takes, you know what I mean? And I think he looks at it as like, you've accomplished so much to this point,
Hmm.
and like now we're saving for, we don't know if, we're going to get a house up here. We don't know if we're going to buy a condo in Florida. Like, we're still kind of doing all that. And, but I don't
Yeah.
think he really understands like what pulls me inside, and what like really makes me my best self. And I mean, he's never seen me on stage,
Really?
which
Oh,
is
wow.
wild.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Like he's
Yeah.
never been to, I took him to his first like amateur bodybuilding show down the street. And he was just like, oh my God, this is so wild. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But he's never had the experience of being at these top tier shows or seeing me do my thing, which,
Yeah, I understand.
and it's got the positive and it's got the negative. It's, we're saving for a future. And, we work so much that like he would probably never see me, you know what I mean? As
Yeah.
much. But, you know, we're,
Yeah, I see.
we're getting to that point where I'm kind of tossing around the idea. He knows I've said never say never, and no matter
Yeah,
what, he loves me. He's gonna always support what I do.
that's great. No, that's terrific.
He
Yeah.
just he just has some different views on it.
Yeah, I understand. And bodybuilding is so expensive and there's not much money in return. I mean, it's just so, you know,
Yeah, and it's a business, and
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I understand. And you can, if you do posing coaching, can li kind of live through your posing coach
Oh
clients.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, this stuff that's evolving for me right now.
Yeah,
I think I'll eventually transition out of hospitality, but right now, I love where I am. I love the restaurant that I'm at. We have a lot of great people that come in to see him and I. So we're at a really good point in our lives right now. So
sure.
it's hard to phase out of that.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to have like my own coaching, pose and routine, like that whole shebang. So,
Yeah, I understand.
you know,
Yeah. Hmm.
dreams are dreams for a reason. Like, you chase them or you don't, you know?
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Yeah, very true. Yeah. Now, I was curious, are your parents still alive?
my mom is still alive, well and alive. Love her. I have a young mom. My mom had me when I was 19, when she was 19. So
Oh,
we're
wow.
pretty close.
Cool.
Yeah, unfortunately my dad died, passed away in COVID. It was a tough time for us.
Yeah.
My dad, it's kind of a tough story, but and that was such a weird time in life where I look back on it now and it's like you can't live your life saying what if, or whatever happened, and you have to just deal with it and try to take the positive from it, and know when someone's time is here on earth, it's for however long it's supposed to be, and
Hmm.
whether it's through the pandemic or something else. But unfortunately, um my dad was in an assisted living facility, and he was in there for like 10 years.
Wow.
He was thriving.
Hmm.
He wasn't like completely well, but he was thriving. But my dad, like, got COVID and was one of those guys that spiked the fever, and you gave him Tylenol and he got better. Like he was like made of steel. He's like, you just don't make him like that anymore.
Yeah. Hmm.
But unfortunately, in that facility, they mandated the vaccine, and they gave my dad the vaccine, and within like 3 days, my dad got had an autoimmune disease that was dormant, I guess, in his body that he had no idea he had. So when he got the vaccine, it
Oh,
escalated his
wow.
immune system and gave him a blister condition that he had blisters from like head to toe. So they
Oh,
had to give
wow.
him, yeah, it was a uncomfortable looking and feeling illness that he got, and
I bet.
unfortunately he had to get some infusions that eventually took his life. So
Mm. Wow. I'm so
yeah,
sorry. Wow.
yeah, it's tough, but you can't, you just got to keep pushing forward and know, like, that was just such a weird time, like such a
Yeah.
weird. I was even talking to my hairdresser about it today. Like, it was just so wild.
Yeah. I remember even during that time, some of the ladies, you had to wear the mask on stage, it's
Yeah,
kind of weird, you know.
so
Um,
weird, so weird, like it was so weird. And I mean, like, God bless like anyone who's lost anybody in that phase of life, which is no laughing
Mhm.
matter at all. But I just don't
Yeah.
get it sometimes, and I
Mhm.
actually competed in 2020.
Yeah, I remember
um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I actually was doing the New York Pro that got moved to Tampa.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I was at that show. Oh, yeah, I did
Yeah.
see you compete there. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
That's
the
awesome.
show that Rachel Daniels won.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So that was definitely a crazy time, and that's another thing. I've always wanted to do the New York Pro in New York. I've
Yeah.
done the New York Pro, but I've done it in Tampa. you know,
I
which,
got
don't get
to
me wrong, I love Tampa. I love it
Tampa's
down
pretty
there.
cool. Yeah, it's nice.
I love it down there. I've competed, what,
Yeah,
3 times down there, twice down there,
nice.
twice.
Yeah. Tampa's a really good show. Yeah,
Love it.
definitely.
I love
And
it. I love any Tim Gardner shows too. They're great.
that is kind of funny you mentioned that because I went to New York Pro in New York this year, but that was my second New York Pro show because I saw it in Tampa in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show, I remember too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was I was curious in terms of the you alluded to this a little bit earlier, but the women in the women's physique division have gotten a lot bigger,
Yeah.
in the last few years compared to when you started. And do you think it's hard to compete with these bigger ladies these days? I've actually heard that complaint from other ladies recently that they feel like some of the women's physique ladies should move up to bodybuilding, but
Yeah. There's a few of them. There's a few of them that I see all the time. It's like, I mean, but I feel like it's always been in this industry. It's like they let you compete at a national level in figure and women's physique. They
hmm.
let you, you know what I mean? So there's never been a fine line drawn in the sand,
Yeah, that's true.
where it is what it is, and I mean, it's bodybuilding. So I always feel, and I don't know if someone will get offended by me saying this, but like, the circus is in town, and we need big, and we want big, and we want to
Yeah.
see that. We want to see freaks. We want to see the ones that carry the most muscle and pull it off, so I
Yeah,
guess
that's true.
that is where bodybuilding is to me. So regardless of if they're in the women's physique division or the women's bodybuilding division, I mean, there's no line that's been drawn in the sand. So I think that's why,
Mhm.
you have crossovers
Yeah, that's
as
true.
I look at it, or like the Christina Nicole's that are coming down to wellness now, and I'm just
Yeah. Hmm.
like I honestly was like, wow, when I saw her photo, I was like, because she's my favorite women's bodybuilder.
Yeah, she's great. I like her a
Like
lot.
like
Yeah.
hands down, and you can tell like where my eyes go, it goes to like a slimline waist, it goes to streamline symmetry, the big quads, good glutes, she's got a great upper body. But
Yeah.
to see her coming into wellness, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Like I'm curious to watch it, and
I
or what kind of training she's going to be doing now to downsize a little of her upper body, because I mean, her whole bottom half and her midsections, you know, definitely going to fly, but it's bringing the upper body down. Like, I don't
I
know.
I had a theory about why she's doing this, and I was thinking because her own posing business is so successful, I think she's probably one of the top posing coaches now, but
Yeah.
she's got so many clients. I wonder if it's just, and she's not for women's bodybuilding, she hasn't brought the conditioning maybe she needs to be as competitive. So that's why I was thinking maybe wellness does make more sense for her, So
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I always think she comes in great. Of course, she like doesn't come in as like as shredded as most, but like I feel
Yeah.
like her physique alone is just it's beautiful, and
Yeah. I agree.
yeah, I'll be curious to watch, like, and then some, what's awesome about the IFBB, you don't have to stay where you are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You don't, you can go wherever you want. You can try to figure it out. Um, I could never do heels, so I will
Mhm.
never be in figure.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
it's women's physique is my heart. It's where I started. Like when I first started, I was always on the smaller side. Like I even had a posing coach when I first started that before I went into my show, she basically said to me, like, you're too small for this division. I'm like, great. But I'm still doing it,
Yeah.
and it's my heart. It's where I am,
Yeah.
as it evolves and gets bigger. I just think it's who shows up that day at that show. I mean, I don't think any of the judges, I mean, I do think that they give feedback or say like, hey, you're getting, I mean, they did it to Jill. They said it to Jill. They said Jill was getting too big. You maybe look at women's bodybuilding. But then when you go
Yeah.
into women's bodybuilding, it's like, you got to take on a whole new protocol.
Yeah, that's true. That's tough, I think,
Unless this has
yeah.
been years of muscle maturity that has brought you to your physique to be in women's bodybuilding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a whole nother animal to have to get that size, and that conditioning it's insane. It's a ton of work.
I know it is. That's a ton of work. And yeah, yeah, I know. No, I really think Christina will do well in
Oh my
wellness.
God, I do too. Of course, like
Yeah.
like Shanique's in it too, and I
Yeah.
think it's look out, girls. There's two girls coming in now that like have been a force to be reckoned with. So
Oh yeah, you were Shanique too. That's definitely true. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fun to watch now. It's always
Um,
been fun to watch. I love the wellness girls. I'm always like,
yeah, they're kind of incredible, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're amazing.
they
Yeah.
look like Clydesdale horses from the
Yeah.
back. I'm like,
Yeah,
I just don't know
yeah.
how that like is built sometimes, like I'm just like, wow, it's almost like a seventh, what is it, the eighth wonder of the world, ninth wonder of the
Yeah.
world. Like when you're meant to be in wellness, you're meant to be in wellness,
Yeah, I
It's a
agree.
cool division. It's beautiful, you know, good
I
for them.
definitely, as a fan, I prefer physique and bodybuilding though, just because you guys do get to flex and you get to do the routine where the heel divisions are like a little more rigid, not as much creativity, I think, with posing and everything. So
Yeah, but they're stunners. Like they're like
yeah,
the,
yeah,
like when some of them come out, you're just like, who is built like that? Like,
yeah.
wow, the Orishas, like it's crazy.
Oh, I could,
Good for them. Thank God that there's a division for that.
I like what you
You
said.
can be who you want in the IFBB. You just got to pick where you want to be.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Um, I'm running a little low on time, so I'm just gonna ask you a
Yeah,
couple more questions.
sure.
I was curious if you ever have to deal with like any trolls or overbearing fans, and just telling the fans out there, y'all gotta behave now. Don't be sending nasty shit or sending D pics and that kind of
I
shit.
don't even pay attention to trolls.
Good, that's good.
Instagram is a breeding ground for mental illness, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree with
You
you.
know, and don't get me wrong, it has its positives about it, but everybody wants to show the fun slides, and it's not good to show the not so positive, but there are some times that, like, it's the real, and you show the reels that you want to show. And there are those people out there that are basement dwelling. They have a pencil in their hand, or I call it pencil balls, where they want to write whatever they think that they need to get their point across, but they're not leaving their house. They're not going
Yeah,
to even come close to doing half the things that anyone in our division or in our industry does. So for them to comment on it, it's just, or comment about like the protocols people use, or these people are, it's insane, to be honest. And I've been really lucky my whole career in bodybuilding that, like, at first I think it happened to me a little bit. And I can be a little feisty. Where I've worked on a lot of self-control when it comes to saying things. And not everybody has to hear what you have to say.
yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Less
Uh-huh.
is more. Less is
Uh-huh.
more.
I like that. That's a good
Yeah.
philosophy, I think.
Yeah, I just people can say whatever they want, but you got to know what your heart is, and you got to know what you're all about. And that stuff is just, it's actually creating a crazy world, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we're all living in it, and we're all just trying to, have a good life and survive. So,
Yeah, that's true. I
you
call it
know,
sometimes I
yeah,
call it anti-social media because it just
yeah.
brings out the worst in people sometimes, so
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's because there's everyone that thinks, don't get me wrong, like, I feel like it's a great platform for a lot of people to be who they want to be, and that's
Hmm.
great. And then it gives a lot of people that aren't able to be who they want to be, a voice to be nasty, or a voice to be negative, or someone
Hmm.
who can't attain that. So dig down deep into yourself and sit in your shit and figure it out and go out and get what you want. That's how
Yeah.
I look at it, versus commenting on people that are trying to live their best life, or,
Yeah.
live their journey.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. And you don't need, yeah, toxic stuff kind of
No.
affecting your, just best of welcome, I think, too.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
all human here, and we're all just trying to make it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out.
No, I'm just I'm very, like, happy to finally have sat down with you. Like, I hold a lot of respect for you, Dave, and
Thank
well,
you.
there is, like, I really do appreciate somebody in this industry. you know I'm grateful that you want to talk to the women, you want to get to know us, like, you want to learn our first names, as I should say.
Yeah.
um I think there's some of these bodybuilding channels and forums that are out there right now that try to do what you're doing, and they don't take the time to do the research to learn people's real names. And so I commend what you're doing. I think it's great. And you give us a voice, and it's inspiring to be able to help somebody, if I did in any way, with whatever I've said. So I will be appreciative to you for that. And we'll see what happens one day with me.
Thank you, Jody. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. And I really
Yeah.
appreciate that a lot. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been really pleased. I've had this podcast almost 3 years now, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of grown over time, and I love going to the shows. I got a media badge for the Olympia again like last year. So I'm
So
really,
fun, huh?
it's so cool. I'm so honored by it too.
I
So I'm
love
excited
that.
to,
Well,
yeah,
just keep doing what you're doing, and
thank you.
the sport needs like guys like you out there that keep it respectful and really want to get to know the individuals that are putting their selves out there for everyone to judge. So it's nice. Like you'll have so much. I love the Olympia. I'm actually said to Jason, I'll be 50 next year. So I just turned 49 this year, and
Okay.
I want to have my 50th out there. And I told him that I want to go to the Olympia. I want to bring him. Like I
That's
want him to
awesome.
kind of experience like, that whole weekend out there, and, just have him get on like that page with me. So
That's awesome.
hopefully I'll
That's
be out
great.
there next year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of neat too. You probably get to see some old friends,
Yeah, for
and
sure. I used to work out there too. It's so wild. Like I haven't been out since 2016. So it'll be like 10 years I haven't been out there.
you wouldn't even recognize the strip. You'd be like, "What? All this new
I
stuff
know.
there?"
I know. I'm excited
Yeah,
for that. Like I'm excited to turn 50. I think it'll be fun to do it out there. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll get to
yeah,
go up there. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
yeah. Well, we'll
um,
cross paths someday.
yeah, definitely. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was curious, do you have any sponsors, or are you interested in picking up any sponsors?
I've never had a sponsor.
No?
No, I've never had a sponsor. I've done everything on my own. I've paid my own way, you know.
Yeah.
I always think that like this is for me, it's just been the journey of self-improvement. So
Hmm.
I've just taken my bodybuilding career as that. So, I to be sponsored, I've never looked for anything down the road, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
just I've
I
always been
understand.
used to just paying my own way and doing my own thing. And if
Cool.
it
Yeah.
ever was to happen, it was to happen, but I never went that direction.
Oh, sure. I understand. No
Yeah.
worries. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Well, thanks again, Jody. I appreciate your time. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'll try to get this posted probably tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And but I like to ask the ladies at the end if you would mind doing a quick flex for me.
Oh, I know. But
Yeah, looking good, Jody.
we're trying to keep it here, just trying to
Yeah.
keep it rolling.
Yeah, you look beautiful. Yeah, I
Thank you.
appreciate
I
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you. And yeah,
Thank
best
you.
wishes to you. Keep me posted if you end up deciding to compete too, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Absolutely. Have fun at the Olympia. Tell everyone I said, hey, kick ass.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. This will be my fourth Olympia because I got to go to the ones in Orlando when it was down
Oh,
here.
yeah, they were close to you.
Yeah, it was during, well, they were alternating and during COVID and stuff. So yeah, that was a blast. But yeah, I like Vegas too, so I don't mind flying out there.
Me
So
too. Yeah,
yeah.
Robin will be out there. She'll be out there. So
Oh yeah, she's
we have
competing
to
in the
see her.
Olympia. That's awesome. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be good to see her again. And I've not met her in person before actually, so that'll
Oh,
be.
you got to look for it too. Is our friend Brittany Diamond lives out there.
Oh yeah, gosh, she's gorgeous. I like her
She's
a lot.
awesome. She's the
Yeah.
best. So she lives out there now. Um, so funny. She just won she's the best kid. I love her. She just won a Stein holding contest
I saw
out
that,
there.
which is
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
I
Yeah.
told her, I texted her, I go, you always make me smile. I go, you always do this wild stuff, and I just love it. You know what I mean? She's just living her best life. But
Yeah.
I think she's heading into the amateur. Oh, so
Oh, really?
I
Nice.
think that's what I think that's what she said. So I think she's trying to get her pro card out there, which I think is like perfect for her to do the
Yeah.
amateur O, to like turn pro at the amateur at the O is like, this that's the way to go. So she
Oh,
looks
yeah.
amazing. She's strong as an ox. So I wish her the best, and I know she'll do well.
I interviewed her too back in January, and yeah, she's such a sweetie and just gorgeous woman.
Oh
Yeah,
my
amazing.
God. She's
Yeah.
strong as hell, too. I've
I
trained
know.
with her plenty of times. She's no
Yeah.
joke.
Did she used to live in New England?
She did. She lived in Mass. Yeah. She lived like
Oh,
down her parents like live up in a beach town up here north of Boston. And yeah, she was down like close to Rhode Island, Providence area. So
wow.
yeah, I would train with her a couple times. I actually did her posing routine, her first posing routine for nationals.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, she's amazing. That's cool that
She's
you
fun
worked
to
with
work
her.
with. Yeah, she's a good person. I really truly enjoy her. So
Oh
I hope
yeah.
this happens for her there.
Oh yeah, I definitely have to reach out to her too and see if I can see her while I'm in Vegas. That'd be cool. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Jody.
All right, Dave, have a good night. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.